Hey, what's up guys, it's LEGO Hobo 910 here with another LEGO video, and in this video I'm reviewing set number 7870827, the Ultrakatty and Warrior Lucy set from the LEGO Movie 2. So let's get right into the review, starting with our small side build. So here is a Duplo Invader, because as you may or may not know, at the end of the first LEGO Movie, invaders from the planet Duplo come down to invade the LEGO Movie world, and are going to be at the beginning of the first LEGO Movie, at the beginning of the LEGO Movie 2. And when this was kind of, when we got the first kind of trailers and set rumors, I was wondering if they would actually put Duplo in the sets. As you can see, they didn't, though they did a good job of making it look like Duplo, and obviously with Duplo it wouldn't be able to have this hinge here to move the mouth up and down. Though they did get the proportions right, as this is the actual size of a Duplo brick, as well as having correct stud placement. And then obviously there aren't Duplo bricks that are curved like this, but it looks enough like it. It then has this large printed eye here, which can actually be turned with a lever on the back. It's kind of a googly eye type thing, which is a very simple mechanism, but just adds a little bit of posability to it and a bit of motion, as well as, like I mentioned, being able to hinge open. There is that bit of red there, which is really bright and stands out, which I don't like. This Duplo Invader does come in one other set, which is the Emmett's Thricycle set, except it comes in an orange and red variant, and I believe that's the only other set it comes in. So overall, this is a very simple side build, but it does add a bit of conflict to the set, a bad guy for them to fight, as well as just kind of cute and fun to mess around with. Here is the main build, which is, of course, Ultrakatty. And I feel like half the sets in the LEGO Movie 2 are this style that you either like or don't like, in this post-apocalyptic style. Personally, I think it's pretty cool, unique style that I don't really see much, and LEGO's never really made any sets in this style, so I think it's pretty cool, but I know there's a lot of people who don't really like this post-apocalyptic style. So there will be a lot of sets, including this one, that might not be for you. So let's start looking at the details of this. First of all, this is Unikitty from the first LEGO Movie, except post-apocalyptic and all big and warrior-like. And instead of being Unikitty, it's Ultrakatty, because then the legs are posable here. They have a ball joint at the top, as well as these can flap up and down, mostly just to let the legs have more free movement. You can get them more posable. I don't see things like this enough where the things that restrict it can move. So that's on a ball joint. And then this can click forward. It's on a click hinge, and this can click forward and back as well. And then also there's these little spikes on each leg, which can just bend around, just for some additional posability. And it's the same on all four legs around each side. And then there's also these two spikes, which can move up and down, and those spikes are purely just decorative, except you can move them up and down to get different poses or put them in whatever position you want. And then the tail can also bend at each section at the top, and then the three other sections there, and they're on ball joints, so you can bend them all around and get them in all sorts of different poses. And then if we move forward here, up here is the seat for your minifigure. They're more so supposed to be standing and holding on to those reins, which are a rubbery piece, which makes it kind of annoying to get them to grab it sometimes, but it is possible. You could also have them sit down if you want, but it's more so meant to be stood upon. And then, of course, the head is on a ball joint and can move around. And then also, these two sections are on the side, and then each of these can bend around, as well as being able to twist at the base, as they are on the clips with rounded ends. So you can really pose those and get different looks depending on what you want it to look like. And then, that may seem like all for Ultrakatty, except you can actually change the expression. There are two different expressions here as well, which I will show you how to put in, and then I'll show you what all the different expressions look like. Changing out the faces here isn't actually as easy as I thought it would be, because the whole head is kind of built around the face. You have to first start by kind of popping off the head, and then this part kind of just naturally pops off. By the way, these are on 1x5 2 tall bricks, which is an odd shape, because you normally don't have any 5 long pieces, so it's a unique shape of brick. So anyway, you pop that off, and you kind of have to pop all of this off before you can pull out the face. And we'll switch it to the angry face. And then you have to reassemble the entire thing. So it's really not that easy to switch out the face, but it can be done. And then you can just pop the head back on. That's personally the easiest way for me to do it. Some other people may find easier ways. So there's the second face. We've already seen the kind of mildly angry face. That's the super angry battle face. Now we just have the cute face to look at. The third face option, this is the cute face. And I think it's really good to have 3 different options for the face, since this is a obviously static, just flat printed face. So if it would normally just be stuck with 1 expression. The fact that they let you switch it out and give you 3 expressions is very good. My only complaint is how hard it is to switch it out. I thought it would simply be like, it'd be easy to just pop off this bottom piece here, pull out the head, switch it, but it's really not that easy. It's actually, you basically have to dismantle the head fully. So that's my only real nitpick with this set. Overall, though, I think it looks really good. I also like the orange and yellow color scheme. There are a few prints here. Those are prints on each leg there. They're also on the back ones. And overall, I thought the build for this was pretty cool. And it creates a cool-looking creature as well. So now let's go look at the minifigs. The 2 minifigures in the set. On the left, we have, of course, Emmett, and then on the right, we have Lucy, formerly known as Wildstyle. And I think it's very good to get kind of the 2 main protagonists in one set that's fairly cheap. They do come in the series minifigure line, and also Emmett comes in a much cheaper set, though. But it's still, and so does Lucy. But I'm pretty sure this accessory for Lucy is exclusive. Her shield here, which is a stop sign that she's painted on never, so that way it says never stop. And as you can see, it's just held on with a normal bar shield type attachment. Though I do really like the whole octagonal shield. It's pretty cool. I hope they find ways to use this piece later in the future. She also has her gray crossbow. And then also the hair that she has in every set, where it's dual molded with the goggles on, which I think looks really cool. And then you can't really see her printing very well, so I'm going to take some stuff off later, so that way you can see the rest. For now, we'll take a quick look at Emmett here. And he's just his generic Emmett. He really didn't change at all from the first movie. The only main difference being that there's like some intentional scratching on the silver printing just to make him look slightly more apocalyptic. And of course he has the same hairpiece. And he's always happy, so he's smiling. As well as he has his little Emmett name badge on there. The back printing is very simple, and once again with it just being scratched up. So now let's take off a lot of stuff so that way you can see Lucy's printing more. I've taken away her weapons, but I haven't fully taken everything off yet because I realized I forgot to comment on the fact that she has a black quiver, of course, and she is using a crossbow. And then she also has this really cool brown scarf piece, which is only exclusive to her character. Not this set specifically, but just minifigures of her in general. So now I'm going to take all that off so that way you can fully see the minifigure. Just around Emmett's face, you can see his other face for when he's scared and running away from the Duplo monster. So now you can better see Lucy's printing there. I really like the kind of intricate printing for straps and buckles as well as the ties on her boots there. And she also does have double molded legs with dark brown and black, which is kind of hard to distinguish on camera. Of course, she has the blue and dark pink striping on her shirt, which she always has since the first Lego movie as well. Now you can better see the back printing, which is fairly simple and just continues the striping as well. And there's her main face where she is smiling. And then there's the alternate face for when she's mad, and of course, you just switch that around. So yeah, overall, these 2 minifigures are fairly generic and come in a bunch of other sets, but I think they work for the set as it is a fairly cheap way to get both your main characters as well as a cool build. Overall, I think this is a really cool set. I especially like the main build. I think it looks really cool as well as being very posable. The selection of minifigures is nice. It's nothing too crazy or exclusive, but it's always good to have a cheap way to get the main characters. Plus, also having the Duplo monster side build is a good thing, so that way you can have some conflict in the set, as well as just, it adds more to the set. My one small complaint is how hard it is to switch out the faces, but not too huge of a complaint and not too much. It doesn't, completely ruin the set for me. I still really like the set. That's all for now, and bye.